Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stop the chitter chatter and get ready for what matters. You know, it's Tuesday Night Fight Talk. My name is Jair McClain. I'm a former two-time cruiserweight champion of the world, and I'm your host, and this is my show. Now let's go!
Williams scores at 116 to 111 for the winner by unanimous decision and new cruiserweight champion of the world, Alfred Ice Cole.
And my guest today is the I'm talking about long reigning IBF cruiserweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, start clapping right now. Put your hands together for Al Ice Cole. Al Cole, ladies and gentlemen, Al Cole. I want to thank you for coming today, man. Thank you for coming to our show, guys.
No problem. My pleasure. My pleasure. Welcome. Really, it's a pleasure in reality talking to someone like you instead of like these other announcers that think they know boxing.
Right.
They say they watched a lot of boxing and they read some books. So I used to tell people like all the time, just because I drive a car fast, don't qualify me for a NASCAR driver.
Right.
So people think, oh, I watched a lot of boxing. I know boxing. I studied. I read the books. That don't qualify you to know boxing because you read some books and you watch some fights. I drive a car fast. Does that qualify for me to be a NASCAR driver?
Right. I mean, that's the worst thing in the world is when you get those trainers that think they know it all. And they.
No, I'm talking about commentators.
Yeah, I know. Trainers and commentators, especially
Yeah.
the commentators, man. But, after a while, I will admit that you can sit around and you can watch boxing for a long time and you can develop a certain level of education about boxing.
Right.
But you will never know the small, details.
Integral details, because I'm thinking like, people, they always say, oh, just throw the jab. They don't realize when someone get hit with that jab, the eyes get watery, the head starts shaking, and that good stiff jab, you don't really realize what's going on. They can't tell the effect of the fighter. They always say, oh, he needs to do this, he needs to do this. You don't need with that hand speed coming, that body shot you just got hit with, now you got to worry about it. But they don't understand, only thing he had to do this, only thing he should block this. No, right. It's much easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely. And the jab is the most underrated weapon in the game.
Oh, yes. Very much.
My long arm brother, we made a career doing this.
But people don't even know, besides the jab and the reach, but also I use my legs when I step and lean out there.
Yeah.
To reach because I'm tall and long. And I don't know, I said, if I could say, people always say I had a good jab. But I think I used it well. That's what it was. Because I had a decent height and reach, and my reach made my jab longer.
Right.
When I stepped and leaned with my legs.
Well, let me do this real quick so that for anybody that may be just joining and they are not familiar with you, let me just tell them you are a long reigning. I say you was the IBF cruiserweight champion for 5 years.
Yeah.
And you had an extensive amateur career. Well, not too extensive, but you had a good amateur career. You come from great pedigree, and I mean, you are a legend. You are a legend. You are one of maybe two others that reign at that cruiserweight division for that long.
Thank you.
Maybe one other, just Holyfield.
Yeah, and I might say they had some other ones that was good, but like I know Steve Cunningham was good and Thomas Adamak.
Right, but they didn't reign.
Right.
They didn't reign,
Yeah, because I really dominated and the other champions would not fight me because I already beat them.
Right.
Like the WBA and WBC, I wanted to fight the champions to unify the champions because Holyfield at the time was the only one to unify. So right. I wanted to unify the titles, but the other champions would not fight me.
Yeah.
I even signed with Don King to fight some people.
Yeah. What was that like?
You know what? everybody, Don got a very good, an image of the world. And like, I like his movie Only in America. But the thing about it is, they said Don had made more world champions than any other promoter.
Right.
I'm not so sure it is, but he made with Don, I say you're gonna get paid. But he's gonna take a lot of it with him.
Right.
So you might get paid a good certain amount of money, but we don't read the fine print where he's gonna recoup all that money back. Like, I'm gonna bring you out to my training camp. I'm gonna bring you out here. We're gonna have the chefs. We're gonna have people cook for you. Champ, we're gonna have everybody cater to you. But we don't even realize we paying for all that. But right. We complain when we complain about he robbed us, but you didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, that was yesterday. I interviewed Zaire Rahim.
Yeah.
And we was talking about signing, coming from nothing. A lot of us come from nothing.
Yes.
And when we finally get that opportunity and we get those contracts put in front of us and we look at the decimal, we see them circles on it, that's all we look at, and we don't really read the fine print. So a lot of times, a lot of fighters get screwed out of a whole lot of money, but in all actuality, we signed for it.
And that's true. But you know what? I'm not just saying fighters, and everybody thinking fighters, the big dumb boxers. That's what it was labeled in the past.
Right.
And it's not that everybody, it's really that everybody, you look at all these players now, football, basketball, a lot of people are getting taken advantage. And what I would say, not just sports, I would call us entertainers.
Right.
And most entertainers get taken for it. You see these musicians or these actors, and a lot of people, they get their money get taken. They sign contracts with different business people, business owners, managers, and the manager and accountant have always taken advantage of entertainers. I just want to say boxers. I want to say entertainers.
Right, yeah. But again, a lot of people that are entertainers, have dedicated their life to whatever that craft is. So a lot of times that lacks the education.
Exactly.
Because you're so focused on this craft.
Right.
So, and that's where that, leaves room for that to happen. But, I think with the internet, a lot of that should be changing because there's so much information out there, and it should be making people aware that, look, you can get help and it's not hard to get help.
Yes. And a lot of us, we're young. We're so young. And the only thing, we're eager in our ability to do what we're trying to achieve.
Right.
Well, and you see a lot of musicians have #1 hits and still living with their parents, still living with,
Right. Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff, even with the boxing, like they figure you get all this money. People see, oh, you're on TV. Oh, no, he hit the jackpot. Like, oh, no. No. But, we still love that way, and we want to portray that image. Because we okay. You don't want to go around acting like you poor and broke.
Right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You got fake it till you make it.
Right. Exactly.
You always were an intelligent, smart brother.
Thank you.
Went to school. You was preparing for college.
Yeah.
I
have an associate degree in accounting.
What type of accounting? Were you doing material?
No.
What was your title? What was your title when you were in the Army?
Material control and accounting specialist.
And what was you really doing?
Stock boy. But I will tell you, I went on later on and went to college and got my degree.
Okay.
For accounting.
That's what's up.
Never practiced it, just went to school for it. At least I got it because that's when I started boxing.
Okay, so what made you decide to start boxing?
Actually, it's a friend of mine. His name is Ricky McGill, my hometown guy. And I remember this other guy, I never liked boxing. I didn't want to box. Didn't want to box. I thought boxing was the stupidest, the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, what kind of sport is get hit in the face? I'm like, get hit in the face for a living. I'm thinking that's the dumbest thing at the time.
Right.
Like, but I was a basketball and football player, more likely a football player. I wasn't that good in basketball. Well, I was good. I never pushed myself.
Right.
But see, when I graduated from high school, I was only 6'1". People say only 6'1". Well, because I grew now. I'm 6'5".
Right.
I grew after high school. So I was 6'1" and I weighed 145.
Yeah.
I was built like JJ off a Good Time, a stick pole.
Like me.
Oh, yeah. And when I first started boxing, people like, oh, that poor boy, he gonna get broken up, he too skinny, all that stuff. And my mom definitely never wanted me to box because she thought it was stupid. She didn't know Sugar Ray, but she's like, baby, you remember that guy got hit in the eye and messed up his eye? And you can't see as it is now, you wear glasses. So when I joined Fort Hood, now hold on, I never told, this is gonna be a story, you're gonna be totally surprised. I joined the Army, so I went on to my school and everything. And I ended up at Fort Hood, Texas. Now, Fort Hood is the largest military base in the world. And so I never liked boxing, but in my schooling, I had my homeboy that told me I was pretty good not to box. And I'm thinking, no, he just want to take me to the gym so he could beat me up. You know how a bunch of guys always slap boxing, playing around.
Right.
And so we used to always slap box. This was when I was in junior and senior in high school.
Right.
We just play around on the street. Everybody slap box. Now I joined the Army, and I never met this dude, never saw him ever. So if he ever around, his name is Dion Beckworth. I remember he was from DC. I met him in 83, in Virginia, going to my schooling.
Right.
And it was so surprising. We just clicked off and started slap boxing like we could box. And he kept saying to me, where you box, man? I said, I never boxed. He like, man, you pretty good not to have no experience.
Right.
Said, my homeboy used to say that. I thought he was just trying to sucker me to beat me up in the gym. So then this is the key thing. I end up going to Fort Hood. And now I'm playing basketball. So I see a sign for beginners in the basketball. While now the post team, they got trials for basketball. I'm like, oh, let me go to the gym because I want to try to make the team. And I go down there and I see a sign at the gym for this boxing program. And I said, oh, let me look at it. I said, let me think about it. It was a sign for a sign that I called No Vice Boxing.
No fights boxing?
No vice.
Oh, okay.
No vice.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I used to say, no vice boxing. I said, my homeboy said I could do it. Let me try it out. Now, I never heard of no vice. Well, I don't know nothing about boxing. I don't know nothing. Right. I'm just slap boxing on the street.
Right.
So my friend said, hey, listen, you said you could box before. I'm like, yeah. I see a sign for no vice boxing. And I'm a private. So I go down there and I talk to this coach. And you're going to know who this coach is. And so I don't know nothing about boxing. I'm a little skinny wire dude. And he like, go in there. I said, I want to try out for this. I seen a sign out there for no vice boxing. He like, what? He like, what's your rank? I said, I'm a private. He like, cursed me out. Get out of here, you dumb, blah, 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 a private. I'm like, no, I really want to try this. I think I could do it. He like, have you boxed before? I'm like, no, but my friend said I could box. So he like, get out of here. Don't need you. I don't need you. I'm like, no, I want to at least try it. Let me try it out. He like, you don't have no experience. I'm like, so? But I want to try it out. My friend said I'm pretty good. And guess who this coach was?
It sounds like Coach Kenny Adams.
Oh my goodness, exactly. Oh, he cursed me out, you punk MF and all this, get your faggot tail out of here and all this stuff. we need some fight. I don't need to waste my time with you. I said, no, I want to try it out. So turn around, that novice boxing, I didn't know the proper name was novice. You're like, you're a dumb private. Get out of here, man. I kept calling novice, but the real word is novice.
Right.
I didn't know nothing about it. And so that's how I started boxing. I ended up at Fort Hood, started boxing, and basically I won the novice tournament.
Hey, I tell you what, Kenny Adams was he was shocked, and he probably didn't even act like he was surprised.
No, he told me, I asked him sometime, I'm like, what did you see in me? What did you mean? He like, nothing. He said, he said, you didn't have no skills, you didn't know how to fight, but you had guts.
Yeah.
He said, you had balls. So he said, that's all, I know you was getting hit and you kept coming.
Yeah.
You was like a punching bag, but you just wouldn't quit.
So from there, where'd you go? What happened with your amateur career?
Really, my amateur career, really, within 10 months, I won a bronze medal in the Nationals.
Yeah.
My first Nationals, I didn't even know what a Nationals was. I didn't know. I didn't understand.
Right.
I thought it was just a state championship and that was it. But then when I went to the Nationals, and this is another story. Now, I'm killing myself to make weight.
Make weight, yeah.
I'm killing myself because now I'm fighting at middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm killing myself and I can't make weight. And I'm sitting around with guys on my team. Some of the guys have quit, they lost, so they having a hamburger or soda. they eating a bag of chips or something. And I'm like, man, I wish I could be like y'all guys. And they're like, man, we wish we could be like you. I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, man, I don't care. I just want to be ranked in the top 10 in the nation. And right now I'm in the semifinals.
Right.
So they like, dummy, you already ranked and you're going to be ranked. I'm like, how you know the tournament's not over yet?
Right.
And see, I didn't know nothing about boxing. This is only 10 months.
You was really novice boxing.
Yes. I only had 10 months of boxing and I'm in the Nationals.
Right.
Turn around. They start telling me, okay, it's only 4 of y'all left in the tournament. I'm like, yeah, so what that mean? He said, if you lose, you're going to be ranked at least number 3 or 4.
Right.
I like, oh, wow. I didn't know that. And I like, that's how they do it? And that's how they do the ranking? I'm like, oh, shoot. Then I got scared. I'm like, these guys are going to kill me. I don't know nothing about these guys. Been fighting forever. Right. So then I look at the chart, the schedule, right? And it's this guy, may have heard of him. His name is Frankie Swindell. And so now I go out there. I know the next day I had to fight. So I go in the fight, and I'm not hearing a word what my coach said. I'm just thinking, the first fight, Frankie broke some guy's jaw. In his next fight, he broke some guy's nose. And the other guy stopped in the 3rd round. I'm like, oh, shoot, this guy's going to kill me. Yeah. So I went out there in the first round. It was the semifinals. I started jabbing, boxing, and moving, boxing, moving. And then I didn't even pay no attention. I'm like, I didn't do that bad that round. I didn't really get hit. He didn't hit me too much. He didn't hit me that bad. At least I got out of the first round. Now I'm sitting in the corner. I'm thinking that Coach Adam is talking to me. I'm not hearing a word he's saying. I'm just in the daze like, yeah, he didn't break my jaw. He didn't hit me with that body shot. It didn't bother me. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't so bad. The next thing I know, I got smacked. Like, damn. He's like, wake up, boy, what you doing? I'm like, oh. So I'm just thinking about Frankie Swindell. So now so I go out for the second round, and I halfway boxing, and I'm just still trying to play it safe because I'm worried. Right. And then halfway through the round, I'm like, man, this guy's not that good. So I went on at him, right? For the second half of the round, I just jumped on him and started beating the crap out of him. In the third round, I dominated.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I got a chance. And I lost a 3-2 split decision.
Wow.
And I said, I never got a chance. As an amateur, I never got a chance to fight Frankie. And I like, man, I could have beat this guy if I had a fought, if I wasn't scared. And that showed me something about don't worry about no others or whatever. Just believe in yourself and try.
Right.
Just, try. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose. But try to fight instead of giving it away. If you're going to lose, let him beat you up. Let him knock you out. Let's do something instead of you giving him the fight.
Right.
And I learned that from an early age. And I never got a chance to fight Frankie as an amateur.
Right. But as a pro.
Is Swindell's going to get up from that? It's going to be a close run thing. No, he's knocked out. He didn't make.
I knocked him out as a pro.
But as a pro.
I knocked him out as a pro.
Exactly. That's awesome, man. That's amazing.
The Bible tells, the word of God tells, so if a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Right.
So once you believe in yourself, like, just say I could do all things through Jesus Christ. I just believe, just faith. You got to take that step out there in faith and at least execute. Even if you don't do it, but you take that step out there in faith and believe that you could do it. And 95% of the time you will succeed. You already succeeded because you believe. Now, if you don't believe and you think you're going to go out there and do something, you don't have a chance.
Boy, talk that talk, boy. Tell them what it is. That's right. That's facts. That is facts. That's facts, man. I really like that you said that. That's what's up. It doesn't matter your religion. As long as you believe and you go out there and you walking on faith, then you got all the backing in the world.
Exactly. But at Fort Hood, half of the team that I started training with, half of them was rated in the top 10 in the nation.
Yeah.
So if you, like, they say iron sharpen irons.
Right.
I'm working with half the guys on the team, which I didn't know. Half of them was like rated, like my whole team. Let me just mention some names. Can I mention a few names?
Yeah.
Like our 88 Kenny McKinney.
Kenny McKinney.
Won a gold medal. And I'm boxing with Ray Mercer, getting hit every day by him. And a guy named Robert Salters that knocked out Riddick Bowe in '88 for the Olympic. And not for Olympic, in the Nationals. And he beat Bowe in the Olympic trials.
Wow.
People don't really know. Bowe, he never turned pro. He was still in the Army.
Yeah.
And another couple of guys, we had Brian Lennon. And I don't know if you might know a guy named Lauren Ross.
Lauren Ross.
Well, he was a great amateur. He was like #1 and #2 in the world in amateur. He has stopped everybody. And matter of fact, I'm saying these guys are on my team, right? And there's one guy.
So you brand new and you learning with the best.
Right. And worst part of it is the guys in my weight class, I'm a middleweight. Now I have to spar with light middle or heavy or light heavyweight.
Right.
And matter of fact, 2 guys on my team, 2 guys on the same team, won the national titles, different national titles. So we got 2 different guys on the team that won national titles, and I'm getting in the ring to work with them.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. And I talked to Holyfield last year at the Las Vegas at the Hall of Fame. And it was just so funny. I talked to Holyfield. I said, when I first started boxing, what made me pretty good, I didn't learn to box. I didn't learn to box. I learned to fight.
Right.
I didn't fight. I didn't really have the skill. And I was just worried, I'm just going to hit you. You get close to me. Just stay away and let it be used. I'm going to let my hands go. But what happened, I started sparring with a guy named Ronnie Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah, I heard of Ronnie Hughes.
Okay, Ronnie Hughes we was as an amateur. Now, I just only had about 3 months of boxing. I made the team. Coach Adam picked me to be on the team. And I got 3 months of training, not boxing, training, because I really wasn't boxing. I'm just trying to step left, step right, throw the 1-2, and I'm just walking. I don't never sparred, never did. So now I get in the ring with Ronnie Hughes. And Coach Adam tell him, take it easy on me, because I'm green. I just started off. And I'm, at the time I was a bit tall. Ronnie Hughes was like 5'10", like just an aggressive guy coming. He fight like Joe Frazier.
Right.
And so he yelled at Coach Adam. He like told him, hell no, You put that tall joke on me. He said, I'm going to whoop his tail because don't put that tall joke in there with me. I don't care if he's green or not. He's in the ring. He's going to learn to fight. He's got them long arms. And now I'm worried. I'm like, bro, you ain't saying nothing. How you think I'm worried about you? I don't care, because he had a big article in the paper that he just stopped some fighter.
Right.
He had some fighter down in Dallas or Houston that he just knocked out this one fighter. They ref stopped the fight. I'm like, I don't care who that was. That was him. That ain't me.
Right.
Like, you ain't bothering me. Like, bring it. What you got? Even though I'm scared, but I ain't letting him know. I'm like, bring it. What you got? I ain't worried about you. You little old short pudgy joker. I ain't worried about you. And then I was telling Holyfield this story. I said, you might have heard of his name before. The guy that my friend he stopped, his name is Ronnie Hughes, the one I'm about to spar. He just stopped this guy named Evander Holyfield. Yes.
And what Holyfield say?
Holyfield said, he turned around and told me, I bet you he whooped your ass. Holyfield said Ronnie Hughes was his Riddick Bowe as an amateur.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was Holyfield right in his statement?
Oh, well, I could say he hit me. But because you know what? No, you know why he couldn't do much? Because because I was long, right? First time I threw a jab down and he's shorter.
Right.
He came over with a right hand and counted my right hand. And I turned around like, dang. I'm like, okay. Now I'm trying to move, and not get hit. Then I said, okay, I'm not gonna throw it this low this time. I'm gonna throw it a little bit higher at his head.
Right.
So he don't come over.
Right.
So I threw it up, and he went up under and hit me with a rib shot. I'm like, oh. So for the rest of those 3 rounds, I didn't throw no more punches.
hey, that's what happened with me, and you're going to get a kick out of this person. Adolfo Washington.
Really?
Oh, in the 88 trials. Man, I threw my jab up over I threw it down low the first time he tried to come over the top. Same thing you just said. I threw it higher. He came and broke my ribs.
Wow.
I didn't throw another punch for the rest of the fight.
But see, I stopped throwing, but every time he got close to me, I was like, get away, leave me alone, get away.
That's all we got time for this week. Hey, but listen, next episode, don't miss it. We're going to come back and find out how that man went from screaming like that and throwing them wild punches like that to becoming one of the longest reigning, most dominant cruiserweight champions of our era. I'm talking about the Hall of Famer, my man, my friend, Al Ice Cold. That's right, next week, tune in to next episode of Tuesday Night Fight Talk. Hey, hit the subscribe, tell a friend, and share it.
Well respected when you see me. The street treat me like a champ. Got my weight right like the champ. Champ, 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 champ.